The tongue is a restless evil. It sets the whole person on fire, James 3 tells us. And so the ninth commandment comes to us and really is aimed in part at bridling the tongue. It's aimed at bridling the tongue with truth and teaching us to put off falsehood, to put off lying. Even that word lie in our culture is impolite. I mean, to call someone a lie would be a serious insult. So many people feel a hesitancy at even using the term. Interestingly, I think that communicates the fallen man's heart to actually shy away from this commandment and to need this commandment. I mean, what does it mean to sort of think of thou shalt not lie or the term lie as impolite? It probably indicates that in some ways we're already shading the truth, aren't we? We're already pulling back from a fulsome expression of what's good, what's right, what's true. And the commandment comes to us and it convicts us of that. It points out the fallenness when it comes to our use of the tongue and the destruction that the tongue represents. And likewise, the 10th commandment, thou shalt not covet. Well, interestingly, that coveting, if you can imagine the heart having hands, it's like the heart grasping for things, desiring things, laying hold to things that doesn't properly belong to it. And what's remarkable and beautiful about the scripture and about the 10th commandment is even though the commandment addresses something inward, that inward grasping of the heart, it's also pointing out the social implications of that interior grasping. So it's thou shalt not covet anything that is thy neighbor's, not their neighbor's spouse, not their neighbor's cattle, anything that belongs to thy neighbor. And so the commandment sets for us a kind of boundary that helps with the way covetousness breaks the line or crosses the line. There's the crossing the line of desires, longing for things that aren't properly in our possession. There is the grasping for things that crosses the line of another person's possession. They're your neighbor's cattle, your neighbor's spouse. So this coveting actually socially does injury to the neighbor. And yet there's another line that's crossed, another transgression, and that is in the coveting, what we're actually saying is God has not apportioned his creation properly. He hasn't given us everything we desire. And so the heart, in its fallen, sinful way, grasps for things that doesn't belong to it and seeks for things that actually properly belong on the other side of ownership to the neighbor or to God. And so these commandments, they speak to us and they call us forth to truth-telling, call us forth to not just truth-telling, but the truth spoken in love as well, to speak the truth in a particular manner, speak of loving. And it calls forth a bridling, a restraining of desire, a channeling of desire to things that are good and right, to things that God has legitimately given to us for our enjoyment, and to be content in how God has, as it were, distributed his blessing, how he has ruled his creation, and not to go outside of that contentment in order to now destroy society, destroy culture, destroy neighbor by taking things, even if it's a taking in the heart, where it all starts, that doesn't belong to us.